And welcome back to Ozarks Live. ArtsFest is literally right around the corner, and we've got all the inside details because we're talking with Leslie Forrester, who is the Executive Director at Springfield Regional Arts Council, and it is great to have you with us today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody looks forward to ArtsFest. Things are going to be a little different this time. Why don't we jump right into that?
Yeah, so we've been, ArtsFest, this is the 40th ArtsFest that we've had. So it's a big milestone year for us. And it's definitely going to look a lot different because we want to be very mindful about keeping our staff and our patrons and everybody involved, all of our artists, safe. Because the pandemic's not over yet. So we have things we need to be mindful of. So when you walk down the street, you'll see 6 feet of space between each booth. Normally they're kind of all crammed in there to get as many artists on the street, so we'll have space in between the booths. The biggest change patrons will feel is timed entry. So we have a limited number of people we can have on the street. Because it's a mass gathering, we're limited to 50% capacity to a normal weekend. So you have to buy your tickets in advance for a smaller window, for a 2-hour window to get access to the event. So check out the schedule of performers and those kinds of things to kind of decide what time you want to come.
Where do you get those tickets, though?
SpringfieldArtsFest.org.
Can you buy them at the gate as you used to?
You can, but there's no guarantee you can get in.
Right.
So
if you have a special thing you want to see, probably a good idea to get them in advance.
Plan in advance because we won't let you in if we don't have space.
The other thing is, you said a masked event. Are you asking people to wear masks on the street?
We are, yes. People are expected to wear masks when you come in. It is outdoor, but still there'll be tighter spaces. You're interacting with artists and other people.
You'll be bunched in some of the tents.
Yeah, exactly. So to be safe, everybody on the festival grounds, me included, will be wearing a mask.
Okay. What about the artists, things like that? Who do you have, for instance, performing at ArtsFest?
Sean Monday is one of our favorites. We were just talking about him. Quite a few local groups that have been rehearsing throughout the pandemic. That was an interesting conversation. Some of our usual favorites, like community bands and others, haven't been rehearsing because we can't get together in big groups. And so we've gone to some of our usual favorite local groups. The full schedule is on our website at springfieldartsfest.org and on all of our social pieces, so you can check out the schedule and really who is your favorite and you want to be sure to check out. Now
with travel and you have booths spread apart a little more, are you going with more local artisans this time? I don't know if people can travel as much anymore.
You know, that was also an interesting piece of this process. There aren't as many traveling, though we have about 100 artists. Normally we see 135. So between people who aren't traveling and our space requirements, we've had to cut that number down. And a lot of, we even have a couple of international artists who obviously are locked down. They can't get to us, so we won't be seeing them. So it's probably about a 50-50 split between local artists, a lot of regional artists that are traveling to the area.
Great artists, things for adults, kids, everybody in between.
Yes.
What about volunteers? Nothing happens without volunteers.
Absolutely, and this event is no different. We need usually about 120 volunteers every year to pull off the event. And so we're still looking for a few more folks to help out, particularly in the afternoon shifts, to help at the gates and welcome people to the festival and that sort of thing. So it's a great way to get into the festival for free, and you get a free t-shirt, and we're doing special giveaways for volunteers. So it's a really cushy deal.
What are some of the things you might be asking volunteers to do, just so folks who might want to volunteer are aware?
The biggest need is at the gates, helping to check people in. We'll have all of the safety measures in place to make it really safe and easy for volunteers. But we also can always use help with setting up, with tearing down, with hospitality with all of our artists. We try to take really good care of them while they're with us, to give them time to have lunch or go for bathroom breaks and those kinds of things. So there's a lot of fun things to be able to do.
All right, one more time, remind people when and where and how they can get tickets.
ArtsFest on Walnut Street, May 1st and 2nd. The hours on Saturday are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can get your advance tickets, which are a must this year, at springfieldartsfest.org.
And that way you can know exactly when everything's happening.
Exactly.
Leslie, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Hope you have great weather. Right now, it's looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah, it is. All right, up next, we're checking back in with Joy. She's at the library, so everyone will have to be really quiet. We'll be right back.